to Tabletop Tyranny Tuesday, where we play Phandelver and below Gathered Obelisk. Ooh. As you can see, we have our 5 players here tonight. We're going to be doing some roleplay, some Dungeons and Dragons, and some who knows what happens. If you're a long-time viewer or a first-time viewer, usually I like to ask a question, a riddle, or something for the party to each earn a point of inspiration. Who has inspiration and who does not have inspiration?
I do not.
I never have it.
Do not.
Where's my character sheet? I have it.
I do not. Oh.
Okay. It sounds like there's a majority of individuals that do not have inspiration. So we are going to do a group effort lateral thinking question. So lateral thinking questions, I don't know if you know what it is or not. I think Josh, you saw the lateral thinking stuff, I think last stream, right? We're talking about, it's like so there are questions that pose, kind of like improbable or like impossible answers, and you kind of have to think of an out of the box answer. So for tonight's lateral thinking question, as a group, this is a group effort, so y'all can discuss. It's a pretty stupid one. It's a lateral thinking question. So a dead man is hanging from a roof of a large wooden barn with a rope around his neck. The rope is 10 feet long, and still his feet are 3 feet off the ground. The walls are more than 20 feet away from the man, and there is no way to climb to the roof. It is clear the poor man hanged himself. But how did he do it? Just remind you all, this is a lateral thinking. There are usually out-of-the-box answers.
He's Spider-Man.
Is that what I mean?
This sounds like
My
the
guess.
prison one. This sounds like the prison one. Where like this guy hung himself and there's a puddle under him, but like nobody knows how he did it. It was because there's like a giant block of ice under him. And it melted.
Like the way
Secretly,
you're
that's the answer too.
I like the way you're thinking, because you are correct. That is the actual answer.
Really?
Since
I was
this
gonna
was a
say,
team,
that's a giant block of ice.
this is a team question.
Sorry, guys.
Everyone gets a point of inspiration. No, that's the
Sweet.
first right answer. So.
I didn't even finish reading it, and you already answered it.
Same, I was still just like 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit of work.
Yeah, the whole point of it is to like throw them off and not mention like the giant block of ice that he was standing on because it melts.
Yeah. I left the puddle of water point out. Too obvious. But yeah, you guys all get a point of inspiration for that correct answer. With
Cool.
that, we will do a bit of a recap for all of you and for the stream. So last session, the party, session 12, or this is session 12. On session 11, the party dealt with some black puddings that were inhabiting the nearby forest of Phandelver. They found relief in learning that Sildar Hallwinter had not succumbed to a slow and acidic death, as they had believed that he might be the one that was melting beneath the pudding, the first pudding y'all fought. You all then visited the Shrine of Luck, where they made some wishes. Keltrus' wish came true, and he wished for a mount, a pig of war, a beast of war, as Pumbaa, the epic talking warboard, decided, decked in full armor, materialized basically out of thin air. It was a holy miracle performed by, right before the eyes of each of you, and even the Sister Gariel, who was kind of in a state of shock and renewed her vows and beliefs of her god.
I might become a convert.
Yeah.
After that, the party all went shopping at Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, they traveled to Neverwinter, not running into anything on the road, and they took Carp with them. And here is what everyone purchased. Keltrus purchased the Great Owl Shroud and bracers of archery. Barnabas purchased the Gauntlets of Overpower, an ever-smoking bottle, and an enduring spellbook. Baz purchased the Luckstone and the Silver Eagle's studded cuirass. Yeah, and the Cloak of Many Fashions. Rivian purchased Wraps of Unarmored Power, +1. He purchased Mac Firmidry Cittern. It's a magical instrument that lets him cast spells, and a Cloak of Many Fashions as well. Mara purchased a Parapet of Wound Closure, a Cloak of Protection, and a Cloak of Many Fashions, and Heward's Handy Spice Pouch. As a group, you all purchase a bag of holding and a set of sending stones, which Rivian has the bag of holding on him, and the sending stones are inside of that bag. Other than the shopping spree, our party kind of ended the session by taking Carp over to a Strixhaven outreach for young adults in Neverwinter, hoping to stash him there while they went about their business to go assault Cragmaw Castle. And that's kind of where we pick up. We see ourselves in the Strixhaven outreach for young adults. We see y'all. This is a nice. Strixhaven is a well-known college, a well-known magical campus. It's known throughout all the world. You guys are inside of this rather very mundane. Actually, it's not. You would think maybe the status and the popularity of Strixhaven that there would be some sort of flamboyant architecture here. This is a very run-of-the-mill Neverwinter city. Very much a normal building. Of course, there are flyers posted on the outside of it. You guys are kind of in the lobby waiting around. I think y'all are talking to someone, if I could remember correctly. Do y'all remember what this person looked like? Because Jacob doesn't remember, so I will say, feel free to, Emily, since you are tied into Strixhaven, feel free to describe to me what this character looks like. This is the person at the reception desk. They are, they are going about their business, but you guys have walked up and talked to them. So tell me what this person looks like.
Alright, it's gonna be a gnome with a really long beard. Like, it's a gnome sitting on a stool and the beard is, like, trailing on the floor. I was pretty zonked last session. And he's peering over his half-moon spectacles, and he's wearing, like, a fun hat, because the kids have to feel comfortable. It's, like, got bright colors. And there's, like, gold fake stars in the wall next to him, kids' art, fireballs, kids just, like, crayon fireballs, just, like, all over the walls. And, yeah.
Yeah, what does he sound like?
He talks a little like this.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys all. Oh dear lord! You guys all walk up and see this. What she described. Oh hell! I can't do that voice. I'm gonna try. Oh hello there, youngins. Welcome to Strixhaven's outreach for young adults and the gifted. How can I help you?
Well, could we enroll this strapping young lad over here in like a few days of a program?
Oh, sure. Does he have any magical abilities, or has he shown great magical development in his years? How old is the boy, by chance?
He's 7 going on 8, right?
Yeah.
He pulls his glasses up and looks. Huh? I don't believe that. The boy is at least 10 going on 11. Or at least 12. Are you sure?
Yeah. No, see, that's the fun thing, right?
Yeah, he had a crazy growth spurt.
You see him, pull out a piece of paper and start. Unnatural growth spurt. Check. Okay. Well, do you want to pay for the normal class or the advanced course? Advanced classes. How long do you want him to be taken care of? Of course, that's the first question I need.
I think we talked about it would probably be about a week.
10 days. Very nice. Well, if you want the normal course, I can't do the voice no more. I'm losing my voice. If you want the normal course, it's going to be 1 gold per day. If you want the advanced course, where he will, by the end of it, potentially learn magic, if he has the aptitude for it, 5 gold a day. So, either 50 gold for 1 week, or 10 gold for 1 week, depending on what you want the boy to learn.
What? 1 second. I'm gonna turn to Carp and be like, do you really want to do this, or?
Carp's like, well, I mean, you guys were the ones that suggested it, right? Didn't y'all like? I mean, you said I could cast like a light spell or something. It sounds cool. I would, hopefully I could like throw the light and it turns into a big ball of fire. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of want to do it.
So this is like something you're gonna want to pursue. For
I mean, if I'm good at it, why not?
okay.
It could help. I could help. It could help on the farm. It could be useful for something. I'm sure. Maybe we find some bugs and I just go poop and blow them up.
Okay, so you're gonna practice and become really good at this.
I'm gonna try. I can't make a promise to something I don't know yet.
Well,
I don't do stuff like that. This will be the first time.
I'm about to pay 50 gold. I need you to
Yes.
be sure about this.
I will be absolutely laser focused. I will make sure I learn magic and I can show it off by the time you get back.
Okay. We'll take the advanced courses. Do I pay you now or when I come back? Like, how does this work?
Oh yes, you will pay me now, and it will go towards the boys' board, food. Obviously, the instructions. We have some of the finest instructors in all of the land. I am seeing here that we have one teacher for free. Her name is Gwyn Orsong. She's actually here if you want to talk to her before you leave. If you have any kind of concerns or anything that she should know. Gwyn Orsong. She is a young dwarven woman. She is a newer teacher at this outreach program. But she is quite capable and she is cool, as the kids say.
Okay, do you have like like lesson plan that you give the guardians or anything?
Well, I can, I mean, that is more so determined with the teacher, the instructor. Gwyn would probably put the boy through a series of tests the first day, and then what he shows, inherent aptitude to, she will kind of make the course. She'll build a course around him and what he can do. She is we kind of take it case by case. It's not something we just, not everyone's the same,
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I guess we're doing this. Here's 50 gold.
I'll pitch in 10.
Yeah, I'll pitch in as well.
Oh, you guys.
Actually, is there any chance there's a discount for alumni?
That's a good question.
He pulls out his ID card with like a 30-year-old photo of him on it.
This guy takes it. He sniffs it. Seems legit. Yes, we can reduce the price in half. It'll be 25 gold.
Ooh.
Oh, I can do that.
But any extra gold put in will also. Any extra gold. He has like a little kiosk, turns it around. Any extra gold would be a nice tip if you would like. 25% tip. This is what we do now in the city. We have a tip agenda that we have to fulfill.
Oh, I'm new to this, so I hope you forgive me. And I'll give you 25 gold.
I'll slap an extra 5 on.
Yes. He puts the 5 gold in his pocket. Yes. Well, that's it. This will go to the teacher's lunch. Yes. Thank you for your payment. Like I said, if you want to meet Gwyn, she is here somewhere. You probably, it's probably best I go get her just so she can meet you and make sure.
Okay,
she
I
knows
mean
who
we
you
have
are.
an alumni with us, so.
Well,
you
yes,
can
but
have
is
them show us
yes for
around.
sure.
If you can just point us in like the right direction.
Yeah, she is over, and he begins to flip through his book. He pulls out like a little map. I see right here. That's where she's at. She's over in that direction. So find yourself over there. She is a dwarven woman. She has some tattoos or some writings on her hand. But she is cool, as the kids say. But yes, thank you for your business. Now I must get back to what I was doing.
All right. Thank you for your time and yeah, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, well,
You know,
thank
a proper yeah. And he just turns away.
Proper. How do you do?
Right. So Jacob, can we say that once we finished purchasing all of our stuff, Baz kind of like, you know, looked around the town to see who would have been more like middle to higher class and changed his cloak to fit in with somewhere in that range.
That range, I mean, mid-range, like a medium, a high-class kind of thing.
Yeah.
You definitely do that. You look the part.
And then can I somehow affix the Stone of Good Luck to be the clasp on the cloak? So it's like right at my neck.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Sounds awesome. Is there anything else anyone like before you talk to this next person? Do you want to like backtrack and say y'all do anything before y'all get here, or are y'all content with? Yeah. So yeah, he points off. Oh, were you going to say something, Josh?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
Screen. Yep, we're all good.
Okay. Yeah. So he points off in a general direction. You guys follow it. And as you guys are walking around, this is it's very much magical. This building is magical because the further you walk in the building seems to extend further and further, like different doors and hallways that are opening up. Very much, you know, Harry Potter-esque where they go into the tent. It's like a big house in there or whatever. It's very much that ordeal. You guys pass different classrooms. There's a classroom where you see a really big fat frog that is like as he like expands his air sac in his throat, you hear him say some words. And there's like a little kid like trying to levitate a feather and keeps failing. You pass another class where you see a large Goliath woman that is she is like hitting flex pose, and as she flexes, you see something behind her crash. The Thunderwave spell was cast from her. And there's like a little scrawny kid in there that's like, wow. Yeah, you pass. There are different assortments of different classes here and there. And if you guys are making your way to Gwen, you initially find her in more so like a potions setting, more like a think of like Professor Snape vibe, where it's a larger room. There are a bunch of vials, potions, there's some bubbling cauldrons. You see a strange assortment of ingredients hanging from various, twine strings. The room has this acidic smell, but it's a good acidic smell. It's not like the black pudding. It's not that disgusting, acrid acidic smell. It is a pleasant. And you see this young-looking dwarvish woman. She's got brown hair. It's kind of tidied up in a bun. It's very messy. She is flipping through a book. She has some white tattoos that kind of trace around both of her arms, and she's wearing these blue robes with assortment of like a draw bag with some scrolls in it. And she is busy kind of mixing a potion. And as she's mixing the potion, you guys see her. That's what she looks like. She is flipping through her pages, and she sees you all enter, because as you guys enter, like a little ding bell goes off as you enter the doorway. And she shuts her book, claps her hands, and says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
I just enrolled my brother.
Ah, yes. Of course.
And...
she gets off her stool.
Yeah, just trying to see, like, I guess, like, lesson plans, possibly. I also have, like, some questions. Hold on 1 second.
Of course.
I'm gonna turn to everybody and be like, we didn't discuss if we were gonna tell anyone about the you-know-what? Do you think someone with magical abilities will know anything about it?
We should tell Gwen. She could keep her eyes open while she's watching him.
You're talking about the slime, right?
Yeah.
The nub.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about his weird growth spurt.
I mean that too. Yeah.
Well,
that's
connected. Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't know. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, some weird stuff happened. Carp, go over there and play.
Okay. He walks in the corner and like just stands there and like touches a potion.
No.
He's like, "What am I supposed to
going
do?"
on 8, have fun.
Mix the green one with the clear one.
Oh no.
He's like, "Okay," and he's saying, like, Gwen's like, "No, yes." Probably he's off in the corner, away from those conversation.
So, my brother recently had a crazy growth spurt, and could be caused by something not natural. Who has? I look around like who has the whatchamacallit?
Oh, yeah. Baz just pulls it out of his pocket and hands it. I'll hand it over to you, Vara, and you can show.
Do you happen to know like what this is?
You see, she kind of pushes her glasses up a little bit, and as you kind of pull this ooze out, very much like it has in the past, you see it's taken the shape of whoever is holding it or talking to it, like a small miniature version, like a full body scale, a small miniature version of each of you, particularly. As Gwen looks at it, she says, "Why, that is quite a curious find. Where did you find that at?" That is...
Something attacked us. We killed it, and that came off of it. Or
May
made
I-
up of it. I don't know.
May I see it for a minute?
Sure.
I promise to give it back. I'm not going to
Don't let it
open
loose.
it. No, of course not. If something this intelligent, or it's able to take shape, it is better to keep it restrained than to just let it out. You know, it's this intelligent, of course. She takes it and she just watch her shake it really aggressively. Then she like starts doing like a centrifugal force as she like windmills it. And you watch as the ooze kind of compresses and like stretches and compresses. And then you see at the center of it what looks to be a very small splinter fragment of a piece of black ebony shard. It's like a very thin splintering of this like ebony shard. And she's spinning. She says, "Ah, that is quite curious. This appears
That
to
was-
be..."
Inside the goo?
Yes, as she's spinning it, you see like the goo's like stretching and separating. There's a very small splinter of some strange like ebony rock. She says, "This is quite strange. This doesn't appear to be anything from this plane, this material plane, of course, and I haven't seen any. I know my ores. My last name is Orsong. I am a dwarf, if you haven't noticed, but I grew up with quite a many ores. This isn't something that is something that I've seen recently. Something otherworldly. If my best guess is to be made is that whatever attacked you wasn't from this plane. I have, in my short times, I have read up on the other planes of existence out there. Do any of you know anything about the other planes of existence?
Well,
No.
Would I?
I know
I
a
think you
little.
would know some. What were you saying, Josh? I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were talking.
No, you're good. I was just saying I know a little bit about the shadow realm.
Shadow Realm. Yes. Jacob is definitely not looking up
What are
planes right now.
I think the only thing Baz would know is if the elves shared anything with him.
Yeah, I think the anyone that's attuned to nature or have that kind of druidic information, you would know about the inner planes, which are considered the elemental planes. You got the planes of fire, air, earth, and water. The material realms. I think most would know about the material plane. That is the plane of existence that you guys currently reside on. That's where all life, normal life, happens. Josh Keltrus would know that obviously one of the other material realms is the Shadowfell. You do know that. But I think as far as y'all's knowledge of the other planes, it might not be as in depth. I think maybe Barnabas would know inklings You would know about there are positive planes, negative planes. You know, you got the outer planes, which are, think of the like abyss. You know, all the planes of hell and all that stuff. And when she says, as she continues on, as some of the, I'm not going to go over every single plane. When we play Strixhaven, you guys will get that information. Y'all will have a class about that.
Sweet.
But those of you would, and you can, if you guys want to look up on your side and just kind of think about it. But I think more so druidic people would know about the air, earth, fire, water plane, and then obviously the Shadowfell from Keltrus's backstory. But Barnabas, you would know as she's continued to talk. She you know everything except when she starts talking. She mentions a plane that you have never heard of. You don't know if this is something that's recent, or maybe you just didn't pay attention while you're at Strixhaven, or if it's just something that is just so recent that you haven't even, since you've been at Strixhaven in some time, and they've made, you know, academic and scientific leaps and bounds, you might not know. But she mentions a plane called, as Jacob's looking for, yes. She mentions the plane. She says, yes, this looks to be a rather recent development in our understanding of planes. This is something from the far realms. It is a place outside of the normal plane will that we know. It is a uncharted. I'm assuming it's from the far realm, from the rock and the goo. But yes, these are distant plane. This is a distant plane that not much is known about. Much strangeness happens to. There is many. I have known several to travel there, and those that returned, which wasn't many, came back with grotesque and terrible mutations and mutilations. You'd see some people sprouting an extra arm, an extra leg, an extra eye, tentacles. A very nasty place. From what little we have found, we do know that. Now, I don't know how much you all are knowledgeable about monsters and the well-beings, but if any of you have ever heard of a mind flayer, it's a disgusting little squid-like entity that is known for extracting brains, using brains to further their agendas and their goals. We have recently learned that this is a realm that those creatures come from. It is not normal to encounter this. Where did you encounter this exactly? Did you say where this was at? You said you found it on the road, right?
Yeah, I think we were.
It was in the woods. It was southeast from here on the what's the trail called again?
I think it's
Tribal. Yeah, off the Tribal Trail or on the Tribal Trail, somewhere in that area.
Oh, the Tribal close to Phandelver, right? I know much about that city. My sister actually lives in Phandelver.
Oh.
That's
Who's your sister?
Elsa. She bartends for the Stonehill Inn.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah. Oh. Perfect. If you found this outside the woods, then that means that maybe I don't know what that means, but that is quite a curious. I can look into it. I have several books about Phandelver. I can look at some different books and see if there's any history of this. I can't recall any history, but I mean, my main goal is to obviously focus on your brother. You said he. Hold on. Before we move on to this, talk about your. Wait, why did you show me this ooze again? Sorry, my memory is spacey. I have like 5 million things going on. I am a teacher.
I don't think I did tell you. So my brother is 7 going on 8.
And she looks at him strangely. No, he's not.
Yes. He actually is. And then he was actually missing a hand at one point.
Okay.
And it grew back when he put his hand in something that looked like that. So
you see her eyes kind of like swell up, and you see like there's concern, but there's also a very large, appreciation for the curiosity that this case has been brought before. She's like, interesting.
Yeah. Well, now he's gone from Phandelin. He stopped growing more.
Interesting. That is quite. She like, pulls the book out and starts taking notes down. That is interesting. From what it sounds like, there's some sort of symbiotic, bond that's happened with your brother and this goo.
How do we get it gone from him?
I frankly do not know. I mean, I can study him and I can test on him while I'm training him and teaching him. I feel like maybe someone with a little more how do I say? I'm a potions maker. I do make potions, but I do think that maybe this is more of a question for an old druid or something of that, like someone that has more natural magic. I can do tests on the boy. Of course, I will test him to see how much magical aptitude he has. But if you give permission, I will do a simple test, nothing invasive, nothing too crazy. I would like to test the symbiotic bond that has transpired. But since leaving, you said since leaving, nothing has happened, right?
Yeah.
Was there any
He is not.
precursors while y'all were in town of anything happening? Any kind of strange growings or anything while he was growing while he was in town, right? Correct?
He grew in the middle of the night. There was a bell, and then he grew.
A bell.
I don't know, man.
Maybe that is some sort of. It could be some sort of audible ping from the far realm. Maybe some some sort of transient signal or something. This is quite curious, but I feel I need to do more research and in time maybe visit Phandelver to perform better investigation, better resource gathering while I'm there. This is quite interesting. So this is something that I have frankly no experience with, but you know what they say, the ore songs say, if you can't sing to the ore, if you can't dig beneath the earth, if you can't find out what mysteries are hidden beneath the surface, or hidden inside of one's own body now, so I guess we can stretch the truth a little bit on that saying, but I am very much intrigued to yes.
Did anyone mention the clouds?
No, we haven't.
So
mentioned that.
Baz will be like, oh, also, the clouds over Phandelin were weird geometric shapes, like cubes, spheres, not normal clouds. And then sometime in the middle of the night, I think it coincided with the bell, they just started swirling over top of Phandelin. So,
Yes.
a little more information.
She pulls out a large piece of paper and she says, "Can you draw what you were talking about? Just the pattern of the swirl. What did the swirl look like? I'm more intrigued by that than I am the geometric shapes. I have a theory.
Yeah, Baz didn't see the swirl. He just heard about it. So whoever saw the swirl.
I think it was Keltris and Barnabas, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not good at drawing circles, so if Keltris wants to give it a shot.
I mean, remember, I tried to help you one time, but I messed up.
Let's help each other. We can both hold the pencil at the same time. Hand in hand, we try to draw
What's
this.
this ghost?
yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I'll attempt to do the best I can. Oh, man. Is this with advantage?
Yeah, if she's helping you out, or if Barnabas is helping you out.
And I'll toss a guidance on you too.
Perfect. So you can add a D4 to that roll.
Sweet. That is a 17.
She's watching you, and those that are watching Gwen, you see her eyes are kind of like growing in astonishment. She says, "Well, that is quite worrisome. From what I'm observing, and from what the others that have recently, just when they discovered the Fall Realms, this looks to be a precursor for a planar gate opening.
Oh.
And I am going to say that potentially these geometric shapes are whatever is trying to crack through. is trying to figure out the right frequency and the right symbols to break through. It seems we have. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So, I mean, we're kind of de facto protectors over Phandelver now. Is there anything we can do? I mean, we have another obligation before we head back, but I mean, what can we do about that? How do we warn the town, or is there some way to stop something like this?
Honestly, there hasn't been much advancement in these stopping these gates from happening.
Right.
The only things that have worked or semi-worked was when the gates did open, or when shit hit the fan, people would go in and close them. Now, sometimes these people would come back. These are the people I referred to earlier that came back with mutations and mutations. So far, the only way that we know how to close them is from within.
Right.
We could. I personally, I very much would like to come to town with you all and investigate this, because the people within this town will. If you tell them what to do, if you try to get them to leave, I fear that they may be unable to leave. There are tons of strange things that happen with the Far Realm. Some quite unexplained coincidences. Maybe you even see, maybe some memory loss or reality alterations or something strange.
Yeah, I was just
Wait, man.
I was just gonna say it.
I'm gonna dig in my bag. I'm gonna find some of my special stuff, not the brownies, and I'll just be like, here.
Ma'am, this is a school. What are you doing?
No. When someone ingests this or around someone who smokes a lot of it, they regain their memory. Here, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, what Vara
Sure.
isn't saying is that the people in town, they had no recollection of Carp here losing his arm, except for the
Yeah.
people who had been partaking in this herb. So,
That is interesting. My academic input on this is that maybe what this plant, when it's consumed or smoked, or will have never participated in the likes of such drugs or such antics, but maybe when this is used recreationally, it dulls the brain to a degree that it is not susceptible to this higher calling, this higher change. Maybe, no offense now, but maybe you're just too stupid to realize, to notice the changes or have your mind altered. I say that with much, diminished. I'm not trying to insult. I'm just thinking, this is me rough drafting my thesis on this. This is, maybe the brain is just inhibited and is unable to fall under this influence from afar. So it's a good thing to be stupid.
actually, one more question.
Sense.
During the whole swirling and geometric shapes and all that, this
Yes.
attempt at trying to break through, is it possible that like lesser creatures may have bridged that gap during these attempts? Because we did actually find some sludges, some black oozes in the woods that aren't normally there, right, Vara? They're not normally in the woods there. Yeah.
No, man.
What color? You said black oozes. What
They were black.
were they doing?
yes.
Anything different or anything special? Did they? I know that's kind of a hard question to answer, but did they do anything unusual besides just being gooey?
Well, I don't know what
They-
their normal properties are, but they were, enveloping creatures and leaving nothing but bone, and any time they would touch metal, it would deteriorate the properties of the
Yes,
the item. So,
That is common. Black ooze, black pudding traits. That's not anything abnormal. Were they doing? I mean,
Did we mention the wolves?
you said. Well, no, I don't think. I think there was mention of a monster or something, but I don't remember any mention of a wolf.
Oh, the ooze I gave you was a wolf.
Oh,
It was some deformed
Yeah.
wolf
oh. Well,
that we came across.
the black pudding thing, it is not uncommon for some black puddings to slowly seep from the underground, but if they have not been seen prior to these events, then it leads me to believe that maybe they are running from something, or they are leaving the Underdark to come above. I don't know anything about that, but you say it was a wolf. That's where this ooze came from. My best guess is if whatever this initially started off as, that potentially the wolf ingested or touched another creature that had ingested or touched this object or shard, and maybe by passing on digestion tract or contact, they were infected or quickly warped and mutated. That would be my best guess.
So after hearing that, Baz would say, like under his breath, so Carp doesn't hear, well, if that's the case, then be careful of Carp touching anyone or anything. Because if he has touched this thing, it's possible that he now carries that property.
Yes. But I do believe that since he's not showing no signs of growing anymore, just to put your mind at ease, I feel we are good for now. I feel like we might be able to successfully break whatever symbiotic bond he has with this ooze. It will be painful, and it will probably be unknown territory. I've never done it. It's probably quite possible. I'm speaking hypothetically. Never done this before, but there should be a way to break that. As I said, I don't know what would even start that process of how we would start the symbiotic decomposition. But like I said, if you could find someone that has more of it's been around longer, that's got a more of a natural brevity to plants and nature, maybe a fellow druid or a fellow I don't know, cleric.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, I didn't write anything about it in my backstory, but I mean, I learned to be a druid from these elves. Do you think there would be anyone at home that we could contact?
Potentially, maybe. I don't think there was anyone. Elves live a long time.
Yeah.
You guys as players know that druids, level 20 druids, they live forever.
Right. Yeah.
I think you would probably know that even though the elves have lived long, there might be someone.
So you're talking like an archdruid then, like someone who's been around. Okay.
There might be someone that may have inklings.
Yeah.
But the best. Yes, Josh.
You know someone?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, that's perfect.
I don't remember what I wrote down because I can't read my own handwriting. But he's, I know a druid, old, elder human, kind of senile, crazy. But he's over at the ruins of the Thunder Tree, which is here, I believe, right? Neverwinter?
The ruins of Thunder Tree are quite they're about a couple days travel to the east.
Psych. They're a couple days travel.
Here, let me share the map. I thought I had the map shared this whole time. I didn't. Yes, Thunder Tree is probably about a day's travel to the northeast from here.
Oh, well.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if they can help, I'll do anything to help Carp.
Right, absolutely. I mean, we're with you, Bara. We can always just head east, let them know what's going on here, and then head south to our next endeavor. So that doesn't seem to be a problem to me anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we leave Carp here. She does some tests that won't hurt him and
Indeed.
train him to, because he's really excited about fire.
Oh, fire. He's acclimated to fire.
I don't know. He just wants to start fires.
Well, he is 7 going on 8.
It's a normal thing for a young boy.
Yeah. And then we can go see this druid, and hopefully they'll have answers. You
Hopefully.
say you know this druid?
Do I know him personally or?
I think you
Met?
probably didn't interact with him personally at the Emerald Enclave, but I think you would know of his reputation. He is a druid. Um, he is as close to an arch druid without being an official arch druid as one can get. Um, it's a woman too, by the way. She's a woman.
Psych. A woman.
But I think you have heard legend, tell, and reputation alone. You would feel that Rydoth is probably your best bet in this endeavor. But interaction-wise, I don't think you would have had much with them. They are, like you said, senile, old, kind of crazy, kind of one of those crazy types, hermits that have gone off on their own, and they choose to live in ruins and hate the company of, normal people.
Yeah, I don't personally know her, but I know her reputation. And I can just I can give her Lady Gwen's hair name. Let them know the situation. So you guys can maybe keep in contact, talk together, try to figure something out.
Perfect. Well, since you, she looks to Vara. Well, you haven't given a name, so she looks to you, Vara. She says, since you are this boy's legal guardian, I would like to inscribe some writing on your arms, and we can communicate with them as if through the sending spell or through sending stones. Very much the same magic, but this is more of a if I ever need a parent-teacher conference kind of thing, this is how I do that. So it'll be just some writing around the around the forearm, if you would allow me.
Okay.
She pulls out a wand, but it glows with like a bright hot tip, like it's like an iron. She's this may sting a little bit. She just goes to town on your arm. There's a brief 5 seconds of pain, and you see a quickly done inscription, magical inscription, very much like the picture shows with the writing around her hand, on her forearm. Very much looks like that. And she says, I will reach out if I've seen anything strange happen while you're gone, and feel free to reach out to me as well if you. Yes. I will see you when you come back. I will do what I can. I will investigate what I can, and if I make any breakthroughs, I will let you know. I will request that I keep this thing of ooze, preferably, so I can do more tests on it than I do on him, just to do practice runs.
It's very attracted to him, so keep that in mind.
Indeed, I will take the utmost precautions to make sure it is contained safely and tested safely. He will not be here for that. This will be after hours thing for me. He will be sleeping. I will be working.
Well, I do think it's worth mentioning, unless someone mentioned this. I do think it's worth mentioning. We do have a second vial of it that doesn't take on the form of who it's near. It's actually attracted to this vial. So I don't know if that makes a difference. I mean, it kind of seems like this vial that we're giving you is like a leader, I suppose. It's probably the feeling that I get, the way the other one reacts to it. So,
if I had to hypothesize, I would think maybe the culprit of that would be that small splinter of ore that you saw in the middle. I think that is the source that pulls this. I don't even want to call it an ooze. Ooze are from this plane. I want to call it just a goo. This goo. I don't know what this is, quite honestly, but we can just say it's some far realm goo. How about that?
Fair. Right.
If you would like to leave me with that one instead, and you want to take the leader one, you can definitely do so. I'm sure each ore will work. I think probably the lesser would be probably more beneficial for me to keep, since it's probably more closely related to what's happening with him, what symbiotic bond has happened with him.
Oh, sure. I mean, I feel like whatever makes most sense to you, right?
Yes, I think you should keep the
main
we'll just
goo.
say the main goo. Yes, keep the gobble as some would say. Keep that, and I will take this other one and do my test on that, and then hopefully the druid has more of a natural remedy. I will throw what I can at it, see what happens. I will try to do my best to make progress while you are gone.
All right. Well, we
Oh.
appreciate your time. Oh,
Do you think Carp's gonna need any like coins or anything?
No, he doesn't. No, probably not. Oh, were you talking to me? I'm sorry. Were you talking to your friend? I am so sorry.
No, I was talking to you. Like, I don't want him to not have anything if he needs stuff or if he wants things. I don't know if y'all. I don't know.
No, usually Strixhaven's Outreach is a charitable organization. We don't really pay for service, takes money for services or anything of that nature. We are a non-profit and we offer services for free. We feed them, we house them. Yes.
For free?
Usually, yes. Strixhaven is quite established.
But I just pay for classes. What do you mean?
I have no idea what you. I don't know what's going on up there. But that is not. You should get your money back.
You just got conned.
That gnome! Okay, well, if you can't
Yes.
find your gnome administration tomorrow, you know why.
Please do not kill Rufus. That is the only person that has applied for receptionist and is still around.
Well, you need to make sure he's not conning people.
Yes, I will have to talk. I will get someone on. I will get the overseer of this outreach to get him talking to.
Okay, Carp,
Yeah.
come here.
Hold on, I'm mixing some stuff. He dumps two things. You see, like a little cloud of smoke. Whoa! You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh God.
He
Very cool.
puts the vials down. And he walks back over. He's got like smokes like stuck to his face just from the explosion.
He's gonna be
His
just
hair-
like
his hair-
Seamus and Harry Potter.
Yeah, his hair's blown back. He's like, yes.
I'm gonna give him my 1 platinum piece.
Holy shit! What is this?
Just in case you need anything.
Is this blood
but
money?
No.
It
I
is.
mean, I think we did.
Oh god, the smoke. Sorry, inhalation.
Anyways, just in case you need anything,
How much is this worth?
that's 10 gold.
But
Worth.
it's 1 coin.
Yes, I know.
That doesn't make sense.
Just don't spend it unless you have to.
What can 10 gold buy me?
I don't.
Just
know,
for-
man.
Just for question's sake.
A
I
lot.
don't- Yeah, you can. Not
Beer?
like. No, you're not old enough.
So
Rivian, shut up.
Lots of candy.
I didn't say anything.
I'll take it to the nearest convenience store then and use it there.
Carp, you're gonna make me take it back. Just unless you really need it, okay? Or you see some kind of candy or something you want, okay?
Yeah, he puts it in one of his pockets on his body. Yeah, I'll use it for only when I need to.
You promise.
I will try to use it for only when I need to.
Pinky promise.
Oh, you're so lame, man. He reaches out with his regrown hand. Fine. Pinky promise.
Oh.
You'd be so weird. He like comes and reaches all the way for your pinky.
Okay.
Okay. Why are you being weird, man?
You're being weird. Okay. Be good.
Has anything changed with his arm?
No, his arm. This arm is like you can obviously tell it's like white. It's like more of a white untanned arm. Like it looks like think of like a gray Play-Doh color, but not as gray. It looks absolutely the same. Nothing has changed.
No crazy claws or black veins or anything.
Nothing yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't say yes.
I mean,
Hey, take him back to Phandelver and see what happens.
might happen.
It'd be crazy.
We almost left him there.
I'll give him a hug and I'll be like, listen to this nice lady, okay?
Yeah, sure. She's gonna teach me how to throw fire and stuff. Right?
Sure, yeah.
of course.
You gotta start small, but yeah.
Fireball.
Have fun. I love you.
I'll try. Yippee! Love you too. Have
Okay.
fun doing what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but have fun.
I'm gonna give him a hug. Peck on the forehead. Alright. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Thunder
Before
tree.
we leave, I'm gonna leave Gwen with my name, Beltris Fleetfoot, just so she has it.
She writes it down. Good to know.
First we need to go say hi to a gnome.
Yeah, we should do.
Okay.
All right, you guys have fun. Bye. You guys are like, there's like a magical force that like shoves you out of the room real quick,
Nice.
and then like a incorporeal invisible door just like slam shut, but you can still see in the room. She's like, they did not hear that from me. And you guys are away from Gwen. You're back in the hallway at the Strixhaven Outreach.
I'm going to that gnome.
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation check for me or a perception check as you begin to actively look around. Because as you get to the reception desk, there is no gnome at the reception.
This gnome doesn't even work
It
here.
doesn't exist.
16.
Yeah, with the 16, you see a little note on the desk that says, "Out for lunch. Be back soon." Smiley face.
Damn. You got
Can
scammed
I-
out gold.
Can I go behind the desk?
You look behind the desk. There are it is very much it's a desktop with like two little drawers on either side of it, and there is like a bigger cabinet drawer at the bottom of the desk.
I want
Each
to
of
open
these
it.
desks have locks on them.
Can I try to open it? I can't. I don't have a lockpick thing though.
Oh, I think I did.
I mean, you try to open it and you feel it's locked. The two drawers, the small drawers themselves are locked. The bigger cabinet drawer, you open that up, and you see in there what looks to be a fake piece of poo, like a prank poo. But it's been enchanted that it smells like shit and steams.
Ew. Do you think
It's just a single
something's under that, or is to like deter people, or?
It might just be a harmless prank, for all you know. It looks like a prank poo. It's like a plastic poo, but it smells and stinks like real poo.
Yeah, Bass is like, what is that smell? What are you doing back there?
There's
Oh man.
shit in the cabinet.
This
That's Rufus's favorite prank. Always gets it. Every faculty meeting, somebody gets one of those.
Well, someone open one of these drawers. They're locked.
I can attempt it. I have thieves' tools, but I don't think I am proficient in them.
I
That's okay.
definitely am not either.
I can do it.
There you
Of
go.
course you can.
Oh, get on it.
What's
You
that?
open one, I'll open one. You open one, I'll open one.
All right. All right.
What is this? This sleight of hand? What is this?
Yeah, it is a sleight of hand check, and then if you are proficient with the tools, I think the tools themselves actually tell you. They tell you now what they do.
Do they tell you now?
think
It's
you can-
I think it's Dex, not sleight.
Is it Dex? It might be
It
Dex,
says
then.
Dex. Use pick a lock DC 15. If you have proficiency with the tool, add your proficiency bonus to the ability check you make.
Yep.
If you have a proficiency in a skill that's used with the check, you have advantage on the check too.
So yeah, go ahead and make a DC 15 Dex check, dexterity.
I got an
Dexterity is-
18 for mine.
I will say dexterity is a sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is a dexterity skill. So if you are proficient with sleight of hand, you have advantage.
Oh, I'm not proficient with that.
No.
either.
You got
But I got an 18.
You got 18. Yeah, you're locked. So even though the DC says 15, you're gonna lock this coach. But I wanted to kind of throw that out there for the party. That is just like a normal lock. The DC 15, that is a normal lock. If there are locks that are intricate or different, I will scale the DC up. So I don't want anyone thinking that. Damn, DC 15, I can open any fucking lock in this game. But yeah, Kelchus, you get your you pull your drawer open. As you pull your drawer open, there is you see the gold that was handed over earlier.
Sweet.
And you see a little note that says, "Gotcha, suckers."
He wrote a note.
I love this.
didn't know.
It says Rufus.
That's
I
so
take
funny.
my.
I'll give you
25
all of them. And the
Yeah.
note.
I don't.
And the
want
note- On the back side of the note, you flip it over, it says, "Check the other drawer."
What the fuck?
I'm
Okay.
gonna check the other drawer because I got a 17.
Yeah, you pull that one open, and you see a little note that says, "No, not that drawer, the other drawer."
Oh, the blue one we already opened. I'll give Barnabas back his 5 gold.
Did we find all your money?
Yeah, all y'all's money's
Yeah, it
accounted.
was
Oh, okay.
it was all in there, yeah.
All right. Cool.
Well,
Thanks. Barnabas
I'm
puts it
gonna-
back in. Sorry, he's like, Rufus doesn't get paid very much, so, and he's always trying to make us laugh. So he slips it back in. But thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave him a note, be like, I'm like, you suck.
All right. Perfect.
In
Yeah,
that,
you guys.
in that bottom bigger drawer,
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell Pumbaa, Bart in there, and close it, and hopefully it stays.
Pumbaa,
Just for him.
Pumbaa, who you have been riding this whole time, of course.
This whole
while you're
time.
restricting this thing.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Of course, my liege, I will take a fat fart. Give me a moment, please. Turn away. Close your ears. Close your nose. He just rips ass. I'm not gonna do a fart noise, but he rips ass in the drawer. And he rips ass, and then you just watch him kick it with his little hoof. He goes, boop, it closes. That should suffice, sir.
Thank you.
Hakuna Matata to you.
Hakuna
Alright.
Matata. What does that mean?
That's what the note should say. Just put a Kuna Matata in the drawer.
It means no worries, sir.
Alright.
For the rest of your days.
To the Thunder Tree.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jacob,
Yes.
I was just reading my herbalism kit. Can we say that I spent 50 gold for raw materials to make potions of healing? I'll be able to make 2 out of that.
Yeah. For sure.
All right.
And since you guys are in I'm just gonna, because I think it usually it's probably like specifies like a whole day to make or some shit.
Yeah, it's 8 hours of work.
I figured before you head out the ruins of Thunder Tree, you might get a night's rest in town before you leave, so you can craft all that stuff. And this is just kind of because at this point in the day, it would probably have been more of a nighttime oriented scenario. The day transpires, you all get a long rest as Carp starts his training. If you have spells that you can change over, feel free to change them over now. If you don't, suck it.
Yeah, it'll be like 16 hours for both of those, so I'll probably just do them on the road.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And since since we're going off the high road, off the main highway, we will do another random encounter scenario. So as you guys travel 3 squares, before we go on our day, I need someone to roll a d20 for me and let me know.
I think
I'll
I
do it.
rolled it last time. So whoever wants to get.
Was it D20?
A d20.
4.
4 score 7 years ago. I don't remember what my scale was again.
I
wanna
think
say
it
something
was
happens.
1 to 12 and 12 to. But that
higher-
that might
the
have
higher-
been
the
something
higher roll.
else.
Let's just say, for the sake of this, that nothing transpires in the morning. We will kind of do a 12 or higher. Something will happen. So, as you guys travel through the first portion of your journey on the day, you travel 3 hexes again, so a full day's travel. You're following a river. There is. Sorry. There are, there's not much that happens. You guys are traveling near the river. You're staying true to the water just to keep it a natural flowing water source. As you are traveling, though, you see that the landscape shifts from just normal green bushes and flowers of stuff here and there. You begin to notice, especially the druids or the druid inclined, nature inclined individuals in the party. You begin to notice a number of poisonous thickets that are growing, like large poisonous flowers that are not natural to this area. A bunch of poisonous fauna. You even, as you are going, you even notice there are a couple of squirrels and rats and small animals, small folk, small beasts that are watching you. You notice this passively. There are some that are watching you. They scurry away. But you are being watched by these like small animals to a point where you don't even have to make a roll. You just see it. And that's what is transpiring as you guys travel. Those are what you're noticing. There's no encounter that happens. You set up camp for the night. And if you guys want to stop me and do anything, just let me know. But you set up camp for the night, and you can roll another d20 for a nighttime encounter, if anyone would like.
Did you want to investigate these things that are not supposed to be here? Poisonous shrubs.
The poisonous shrubs, yeah. Actually, I can actually use my herbalism kit to do that. I can identify a plant with a DC 10, and I have advantage.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I mean.
Then I won't help.
Good looking out, though. So that would be. Oh, I just DC 10, so I got a 18, and if it's nature plus 9, so 27.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know much about plants.
They're just poisonous.
They're poisonous. You do know that these are not naturally growing. These are like, think of weeds growing. These are growing fast. You see them all like these thickets of bushes and poisonous vines and weeds that are just growing everywhere, and you see they are suffocating the life out of normal plants.
Right.
They are not natural, but you do notice that this is happening for some weird reason. You don't know. You may not know why exactly, but you do know that as you see it, whatever's happening is not natural, and these plants are not naturally growing here. They do grow in the world. They're not like from the far realm or anything of that nature.
Right.
But they are poisonous plants that should not be here.
Would I know, like, with a check, like, what part of Faerun they would come from? Because that's something maybe I would have learned from the elves, or...
I would say there is a history check that could be made, or a nature, another nature check. This isn't. This pertains to maybe information that you would have learned about of like unnecessary, or like random times plants begin to grow and all that.
Would I be able to assist in that one?
You can assist them if you want.
I mean, I got a 25, but sure, yeah, I'll roll again
Yeah,
to
maybe
try
I
for
get more.
a 20. Yeah, no, 25.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Me and Craig are gonna go to the Secrets channel. We're gonna go to the Underdark. If you're watching the stream, mute the stream, or if Craig can mute, I don't know how that would work.
I
but
have it muted.
I have it
Yeah.
muted already as well.
okay, so
Already
I'm gonna
muted.
take Craig to the Underdark. Be right back.
Hey guys, have fun.
My chat? Oh, the on.
All right.
Oh, you took
I just
me
want to say
there.
hi.
Gotcha.
How's
Oh,
it
hey,
going?
hey, what's up,
Yeah,
buddy?
it's a private channel that I have. So with what's happening with the plants and what you see with these abnormal like little beasts kind of like spying on you, you recall that what's happening here only happens whenever there is some sort of layer. This is the inklings and hints of a layer. And as you get closer and closer to the ruins, you realize that these markers, these factors that are happening, they are relatively close to what happens when a green dragon has layered its way into a place.
Yeah, as soon as you said layer, I was like, it's black or green, one of the two.
Yep. And that's what you recall from it. That's there's a dragon.
All right. Is there any way of knowing, like, like the age of it? Like, is this like an ancient one? Like, is that is like
with the way
yeah.
with the how thick and how more slow these weeds are growing and all that, you would probably guess that this is an ancient or adult, but this is a young dragon.
Okay.
So still formidable, but not as formidable as a older. That would be crazy though if it was an ancient dragon. Huh? I wouldn't even make y'all go over here. I'd say just turn around.
Yeah, right. You're all right with me
yeah.
sharing this with the group, I assume.
Yeah, no, you can share this. This is just you. This is a high roll.
Okay.
This is something so you can share whatever you want.
All right.
Yep, and I can drag you back up there if it's easy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. All right, cool.
I have a flute. I know I'm proficient with the flute, but I don't have a flute.
What are y'all talking about?
This Zolcoon on Rivian's proficiency.
I'm proficient with the Zolcoon.
All right.
So are we like stopped camping now? Like we didn't quite make it there.
You guys are camping, right? You guys are camping.
All right. So I mean, once we have everything set up, we're sitting around the fire. I will. I'll say.
Sitting around the fire.
So I just wanted to wait until we were all, just settled and everything that's been happening with the plants and everything we've seen, the poisonous plants and everything. There is a dragon nearby.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yes,
What?
it's a green dragon, fairly young. It's not too old, but obviously still a dragon. So we have to be very, very cautious on our journeys in this area. Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah.
It's awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a dragon. Hell yeah.
He lights his lightsaber.
Where-
And puts
Yeah.
it on the hood.
Where do we go? Where is he? Where is he?
I mean, would I have known like trajectory, like from where this started?
Yeah, you would. It's very much in the direction that you guys are already in route two.
Oh.
You would figure.
Oh.
So do we know if the druid's even there? If there's a dragon?
I guess that's a question for Keltris. What do you know about the Thunder Tree and its inhabitants, and how long it's been since anyone's checked in?
Mr. DM, would I know this?
You would probably know that maybe Rydoth, the druid, was a curious individual. He usually went on very curious missions. You figured that maybe the reason Rydoth has stayed, maybe in the ruins of Thunder Tree for so long, was to watch this dragon, maybe to try and protect the dragon from, or protect the nearby areas from the dragon. As far as the ruins themselves, with like history of the place and all that, you would probably recall that the Thunder Tree was a beautiful city at one point, but a large volcano, actually a large mountain called Mount Hut now, which is like further away. When it erupted, a piece of the actual shrapnel rock flew all the way to Thunder Tree and landed there, killing pretty much everyone there and kind of warping the landscape for the foreseeable future. That was like centuries ago. There have been tales of zombies and like zombies that have been burned that are still wandering around up there. So you probably would recall that information. That's probably about it.
Okay. What about maybe the last time that someone's talked to him? Would I know that?
Oh, the last time someone's talked to him has been it's been a while, man. It's probably been maybe 5-10 years.
All
I
right.
mean, he's
well,
a hermit. He lives in seclusion. He does weird things. She's a weird guy.
she's a weird guy.
Yep, that's the best way to sum up.
All right. I'll relay all that information to him. Let him know. As far as I know, it's been 10 years roughly that someone's come into contact with him. And as far as I know, he's here to watch this dragon.
Did we
Check the surrounding lands.
Did we out loud say in front of Gwen where we were headed? So I find it curious if we did
don't
that she didn't
think
mention
so.
the scorched earth and poisonous vegetation. But yeah, if we didn't, then yeah.
Well, I think we told her, or we said it in front of her that we were going to Thunder Tree. Just not. I thought
Right.
you meant Crackmall.
Yeah,
But,
no,
oh.
the Thunder Tree. So you
I
would
think-
think someone would know this close to Neverwinter.
I
Since-
can talk to her.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now. We know what we're in for. It's curious that she never mentioned anything.
Well, would
I mean, she was
know?
new to the area.
Oh, that's true.
Remember, she was a new
Yeah.
teacher.
Right.
She was a new teacher.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense.
This druid better be here.
Let's hope so.
Jacob would, since Baz knows that this is a green dragon, would he know what a green dragon is capable of?
I think everyone would know what a green dragon is
Okay.
capable of. Honestly, dragons are not rare. They are in a sense, but they are not. Mysteries.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could expect some stank ass poison breath. Does a lot of damage. Dragon mechanics. Green dragons are usually immune to poison or the poison condition, just naturally by their build. But all dragons can breathe in air and water. So, as far as that, that's probably roughly what you get. Green dragons are evil. They are lawful evil, if that matters, but they are evil. And usually green dragons, especially ancient green dragons, they are, or young green dragons, are temperamental. Older green dragons are more cunning, more set plans in motion and watch them happen over the years. But young green dragons are a little more temperamental. But that can be said for any young dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
I-
said.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was
You
just
said.
I was just gonna say something about the poison thing, but yeah, go ahead, Keltris.
Oh, mine was completely different.
No, you're
Mine
fine.
was just real quick. You said the lava zombies. They're at Mount Hope now.
Those ash zombies, they
Yeah.
still plague and continue to plague the ruins of Thunder Tree.
Oh,
It's well
Thunder
known-
Tree.
it's well known.
Okay.
Mount Hot now is what exploded and sent a large piece of shrapnel over to the city
Oh.
of Thunder Tree.
Okay, I was just making sure, so then I would let them know there might be ash zombies.
Yeah, if you guys, you will know there probably will still be zombies up there.
Yeah.
You will know that you can see on the map Mount Hot now, Hope now. It is pretty far north of,
Yeah.
of Thunder Tree, so it is whatever force exploded that mountain. It was tremendous,
Big ass explosion.
world shaking to have sent it that far. I will also let you know, as part of y'all's Green Dragon history check or Green Dragon, just the information you got from that really high roll. There have been sightings of when Green Dragons, whenever they take over an area, they establish a layer that they can affect the nearby plants. They usually can turn the plants into their own minions. From there, just you can expect just hostile plants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you more or less than that, but there are probably aggressive plants ahead.
Right.
And Keltra, she might even know that. Maybe that's also what Rydoth's doing. Maybe she is, keeping care of the dragon and making sure nothing else leaks out. She's trying to contain whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be quiet now. I'll let you guys do what y'all want.
Yeah. No. Just Baz would just say. So, I do have at least one thing going for me. I mean, I know we're not the most powerful individuals yet, but I am resistant to poison. So, that will help in some way. I don't know if it's helping to defend you all from any hostile plants, or I can't exactly tank the front lines. I'm still
That would be me.
yeah, I'm still squishy, but I can maybe at least be close up front. But yeah.
And we know about dragon fear, correct?
Young
Yeah.
green dragons do not have that capability.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are not as
Well, then
imposing
this-
as
Okay.
Whoa,
Well, yeah, I
dude,
mean,
what
hopefully we
dreams?
don't have a run-in with the dragon, but
I hope not.
I guess that all depends on the path we take and how quiet we are. I assume.
Be pretty cool if we could get like a little glimpse of him from a distance.
I mean,
though,
you're
you know?
not wrong. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, this is not the soundtrack that I wanted to play.
But like one of those, the dragon doesn't know we're there, but we know the dragon's there. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. So yeah, I mean we're close. So I mean, I think extra vigilance on watch tonight, because we're close enough that, you know, if this thing patrols, it could see us. Actually, maybe we probably shouldn't have a fire. If I'm being really honest. Yeah, are you guys opposed to putting out the fire? So we have
I'm not opposed.
other rations. So Basil put the fire out.
Yeah, you guys are thrust into darkness. Pumbaa's like,
Can't
"Whoa,
see.
no. Great Scott!"
And who is it that doesn't have dark vision?
Well, I don't know if
me.
they have dark vision anymore.
I do. I have.
Yeah, I mean, whoever can't see in the dark, I suppose, just, I mean, stay close. And if you're going to take watch with someone who can see in the dark. So.
I'll light up my
sleep.
lightsaber, which emits bright light in a 20-foot radius.
With hums of electricity.
I'm just kidding. I got dark vision.
Does Pumbaa have dark vision?
I probably not.
I'm gonna take a look at your sheet and see.
I get it because I'm a gloom stalker.
They do not get night vision.
Don't worry, I'll buy you some night vision goggles.
That would be most outrageous, and I would love that. So. I could be a tactical.
Yes, absolutely.
So Basil just say, I'll take first watch. I don't know. I don't really know. There's a certain time that a dragon will be out, you know, scouting or whatever. But yeah, I don't mind taking first watch. But actually, I mean, like I said, anyone who doesn't have dark vision, you could probably just sleep through the night.
Sure, it works for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense in you just being up for the sake of being up, right? If you can't,
so right. Yeah,
if you can't see,
that,
right?
that's truth. It's a good idea. Yes.
Baz is just like, you're welcome.
Puts out the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Goes to find a spot to go sleep.
Yeah.
So, we are going into the watch phase of the night then.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be on first.
I believe so.
Did we roll?
Alright.
I don't think we rolled yet.
You roll a d20 for me.
Who's taking first? Just me or someone else? Just me?
I think you should. This is just the d20 is just for the random encounter.
Oh, right. Oh, who hasn't
so
rolled
someone
a
can roll
d20
that
yet?
up.
I'll roll it.
All right.
I thought Josh just said he was rolling.
Is it?
Oh, I'll roll it.
I'm confused.
I was
You
just
guys
saying
can-
we haven't rolled it, but if
Yeah.
nobody wants to roll it, I'll roll it.
I did roll something.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Ethan, what did you roll?
I
we
rolled
just
an
need
11.
a list.
11. Okay. As far as you know it, nothing may happen.
It's an 11.
Nothing may happen.
The smirk says it all.
So, first watch, those that are not on first watch find peace and sleep. It is dark outside. It's kind of depressing since there's no campfire. It's not as warm. It's a little cold. But if you would like, Baz, please go ahead and make a check that you feel would be best suited for this watch. Any check that you feel is reasonable. So you could do perception. You could
Yeah.
do literally anything.
I'll probably
You
do
just gotta convince
perception.
me.
I'll do perception because I'm just looking out, right, as best as I can in the. Well,
The darkness.
what does the night sky look like? I guess is a good question.
You know, that's a great question.
Like, would I be able to
I knew you
see
would
a
ask that.
shadow against the star? The stars.
Yes, you would.
All right.
I dropped my dice. I was gonna roll, so yes.
Yeah, then I'll go perception.
Perfect.
It's a 12.
A 12.
Yeah.
I don't think you would see anything that's flying above,
Mhm.
Especially at nighttime. But you do hear a distant cry, like a distant dragon call, like a. I don't know what a dragon sounds like.
Liar.
God, no.
Yeah, I hear a oink oink from the sky.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hear like a distant.
Don't get Pumbaa happy.
You hear a distant dragon-like sound.
Sounds pretty far away though.
Yeah, probably 5 to 10 miles away.
Okay.
That's why it's probably it's pretty quiet when
Yeah,
you hear it. By the time you hear it,
Yeah, I think I would probably just work on doing the healing potion.
Yeah,
during
for
my
sure.
2 hours, and assuming I was able to do the other one during the day while we were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just work on the second one a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You do that for the majority of your watch, and by the time your watch ends, it's time for the second watch. So whoever was taking the second watch.
All right. I will wake up Keltris, and I'll just say, so didn't see anything, but I definitely heard the dragon 5-10 miles.
Do you know which direction?
Do I know which direction it was?
Yeah, it's from the northeast, so from the ruins of the Thunder Tree. You know it's from that general direction.
Yeah, it was northeast, so at where we're headed. So
All right.
good luck.
Thank you. Sleep good.
I'll try. And I go to sleep.
And I will just hop on Pumbaa. We'll just make our little way, doing a little perimeter.
Pumbaa's like, I cannot see, so please guide me.
Absolutely. Professional at this.
Yeah, you guys clomp your way around the campsite. You
Yep.
can feel free to make a whatever check you feel best fits what you think you would want. So like
Yeah.
perception. You guys can make any check. You just gotta convince me.
All right. Well, I was just going to do perception, just make sure, nothing's sneaking up on us. No killer plants, no killer dragon. Or if the dragon has minions, I don't know if dragons do or not, but make sure. That's a 10.
A 10. You don't notice much. You are probably pretty entertained while you ride Pumbaa around the campsite, and you're focused on leading him away from holes or rocks or anything.
Yep. This way. Pumbaa, stop talking.
I cannot help it. I am a war boy, and I have to talk. I have to express my feelings. How do you do? And that's probably the majority of your watch, Keltris.
All right.
Yeah, and we in the second watch with the third watch. He was on third watch.
All right. I'll go
take it.
wake him up.
Yep.
Let's Pumbaa farts by him too.
Yep.
Drop dust.
Oh,
Like spreads it with the tail.
it's kind of
Pumbaa
gross.
top.
All right. Oh,
I'll
any news?
Yeah, I'll just relay what Bass said. Roughly, for the runes, there was a dragon call, a dragon scream, or whatever. 5 to 10 miles out. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet.
All right. Well, I'll keep. If I need to wake anyone up, they'll be woken.
Okay.
All right. Later.
Sleep well.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, you can make a check. And feel free to make whatever check you want and just try to convince me how it makes sense.
I don't know. Normally, I perform in the night, but I don't know. I feel like I would actually just be watching
Okay.
perceptively while tuning my new Mac
Instrument.
Firmidith.
Yeah, Bernie Mac's guitar. Yes.
Yeah, Bernie Mac's guitar. While I'm, on watch,
Go
trying to
for
get the right notes, chords,
Bow, bow, bow.
just trying to make sure it's tuned properly. That is it's a 19.
Okay, the 19 is good. So what you see are kind of like mid tune. You see passing, probably, you guys probably would have went away from the stream. Probably, I would say probably like 300, 400 feet away from the stream. So it's still close in relativeness, but you see passing by the campsite, unaware that you guys are there just because there's no fire. What look to be 6 green robed figures, each with torches. You can't make out much other than the color of the robes, but you see these 6 people, what individuals, creatures, whatever they are, with torches that are making their way towards the ruins of Thunder Tree, following the stream. They have torches alight. They are headed that way.
What the fuck? Well, that's not normal. Out in the middle of the fucking woods, seeing people with robes. I'm gonna. Can I use message on someone who's asleep?
You bring up a great question.
That is a good question.
I think
me go read
you
this, though.
can, but
You point toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message, and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sounds like they'd be like in their dream though. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
get
I
their
know.
dream response.
that's. I mean, that makes
Sounds
it
Give it a
even
shot. This sounds
more
funny.
entertaining.
Yeah, it sounds funny. I will. Noting who took first watch and second watch, I will use message on Barnabas, the one that knows stuff about magic.
Okay. So,
Um,
what is your message, Ethan?
It'll be Barnabas, yo, dude. Can you wake up right now? Something crazy's happening.
Perfect. Barnabas, what are you dreaming of?
What am I dreaming of? Fuck, I don't know. It's something
401k.
incredible. Wait, what? No.
401k.
It's gonna be
A
something
pension
super
plan.
innocuous. Okay, no, it's gonna be like he is like on the playground in Strixhaven, outreach prep,
Okay.
getting picked on.
Aw.
Little kids are picking on you. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Bad dream.
Yeah, you're in a shame circle right now on the swing, and people are pointing at you, and you all hear them. Very, it's very disturbing as all these children are in unison are saying. You hear the words that Rivian is saying to you, but these little children are saying it all in unison. They like echoes throughout your dream.
Ooh,
Fucking terrifying.
that would be very creepy.
That would be super
It
creepy.
actually is really creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I can make this funny.
They all just start pointing and saying what I said on repeat.
It's like, it's not my fault that I forgot to do my homework.
Are you like? Is this old Barnabas, or am I thinking? Is this like George Lopez? When
No, he's a kid. I'm
Barnabas?
thinking like he's just like a kid and like isn't wearing his underpants, like normal like dream shit.
Yeah, they just keep pointing at you and saying this phrase that repeats over and over again.
Like
But it's Rivian's voice.
fine, Mom. I'll get up.
And
He wakes
I
up.
would
like it.
start shaking Barnabas awake as well.
The kids are starting to
Well,
shake
wait.
midstream.
No, the dream just starts.
Yeah, the kids start trying to reach out to grab you.
Alright. So he'll wake up like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh."
And I'll look at Barnabas and just point and say, magic users, I don't know where they're from. And see if Barnabas might recognize anything of significance.
Would I know anything about green robed figures?
From this distance, you can only just see the blobs. The blobs.
Oh yeah, I don't have dark. I don't have
Doesn't
dark
have
vision.
dark-
So like you point, and Barnabas is
Oh,
like,
great.
"Where
That's
the
so
fuck?
funny.
Where am I?
Um,
Who? What hour is it? I thought I was
it's
gonna
like
get to
early
sleep,
morning.
man. What are you
It's
doing?
like really early morning.
It is really early in the morning. It's probably like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. So it's still dark out.
All right. I
Um,
mean, can you describe it to me? Like, I don't know. What do you
they're
see?
wearing green robes. There's a lot of them. They're going to Thunder Tree. Do I see any like insignias by chance, or
Not from this distance. If you want to sneak up on them and get closer, you can definitely do that. But you're about 400 feet away from them, so you can't really make out too much, like detail wise.
oh, I'm hella far from them too. I don't know. I thought you might be helpful, but then I forgot you can't fucking see right now.
Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. Let me get Rosie, because I think spiders have dark vision. Shit, fucking spider.
Mm,
I would hope so.
that's a good call.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll just be like, he'll like Rosie's like in the patch of ash nearby,
Yeah.
and he'll just be like, I'll have her go over there. Point in the direction again, and he'll like zonk out and go through the eyes of Rosie and start walking towards him.
Yeah, so it takes a while. This is a small spider. Those are at least normal looking size people. So it takes a minute, but Rosie gets closer to these individuals that are walking. You see their robes are a dark green, inlined with like some black, lining. So it's like green colors with black trim. They are each holding torches that are carved into what looks to be like a dragon, like twisting, and its head is open, and like the fire is where its head's at. Each of these individuals are wearing a like a two. It's a mask. It's like the top part and the bottom part form what looks to be like a dragon snout and face, and when they open it, they talk. It like opens. Very costume like, very much like kids' Halloween mask. They don't appear to have the normal wizard's robe. There's no bags. There's no book bag. It's literally just them with these torches, these masks, and they have what look to be daggers at their hips. These like greenish black daggers. I mean, you probably hear as in passing. You probably hear one of them say, "Oi, watch out for that twig!" And someone's like, "Oh shit, sorry. Oh, you there? Just fix your posture. Oh, sorry, sir. You there? Loosen your posture. Oh, sorry, sir."
Loosen your
Seems like some sort of talking is happening amongst them. Nothing too of note. Nothing of note.
Okay. And I'm guessing I cannot see what specifically they're heading to. We can just assume that they're heading to the ruins.
Yeah, they are heading. They're following the stream. They are headed in the
Okay.
general direction of Thunder Tree. Yeah.
Okay. I'll snap back. Like, or they got some really cool masks. I'll tell you that. They're not wizards. They're just like regular guys speaking in common. Kind of cultist vibe. Would be my guess. They got a dragon emblems on them. So yeah, I think some kind of dragon cult kind of thing seems about right.
You're muted, I think.
I am muted. Thank you so much.
I was like,
think
why
we're
is
gonna
he
end
not
up running-
responding?
I was like, I don't know what else to say. Please say something.
Please. So what you're saying is we're probably gonna run into them when we get to Thunder Tree.
Yeah, they kind of seem like idiots though, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh, okay, great. That's actually really good to know. Hopefully, I can just put them all to sleep and call it a day. Not
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now,
I
like,
could be
later.
wrong. I've been wrong
Yeah.
before, but
I mean, it's always worth a shot. Anyway,
so
well then, I can keep watch. You can go back to sleep for a little. I'll wake
oh,
up.
great. Oh, great.
Sorry
Okay, I
for
hope
bothering you. It's just I thought you would be the most knowledgeable in this situation.
No, it's good actually. I don't, I can't quite remember. I don't think I was having a really good dream, so I think you actually did me a solid anyway.
Oh, what were you
I'm gonna
dreaming
go back
about?
to sleep.
Wait, what were you dreaming about? I'm curious.
Some like unresolved trauma or some shit. I don't know. He goes
Oh,
back
I'm
to
sorry.
sleep.
I'll play a tune to help, and I'll play like a really nice tune.
Oh, that's lovely. Thanks.
Stairway to Heaven starts to play.
That was 21, so
Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
If he's got a guitar center, they would ask him to keep playing.
The Forbidden Rift. Yeah, I guess I'll finish my watch out.
Yeah, the rest of your watch goes on without a hitch. Nothing happens. The sun begins to rise, and you all wake up.
To me playing Crazy Train. No.
I love it.
You guys are all awake. It's a new morning. Take a long rest if you use anything. But yeah, the day is yours.
So, anyone else see anything interesting? I mean, all I heard was the dragon, right? For anyone who didn't hear that, I heard the dragon last night, but it was, miles away in the direction where we're going. So,
All clear on my watch.
I ran into some cultists.
What?
like you
We didn't- they
physically
didn't come
ran
here,
in?
though.
Oh,
No.
right.
No, Barnabas saw him a little closer. I woke Barnabas up, but
So,
Yeah.
cultists of the dragon.
I mean, they weren't saying anything specific, but you see 6 robed figures in dark green with like a dragon torch, and they're wearing dragon snout masks. Yeah, I'm just I'm thinking they might be cultists of
Yeah.
the dragon.
That sounds right.
No.
Would Baz or like anyone know like what a dragon would want with like cultists? Like would they bring him like treasure, or like how would cultists aid a dragon?
Usually, treasure,
Yeah.
of course. It really just depends on the dragon, honestly. Not color specific, but just every dragon. There are some traits that are shared among dragon species. Like I think the ice dragons are like stupid and just vicious. I think that's the consensus that's been kind of around for centuries. But as far as you know, as far as you can tell, it's treasure.
Okay.
But a dragon could have any. Who knows? Maybe he's asking them to go be pickle farmers. You never know.
Right. Did it Basil just say, did it look like they were like bringing anything to this dragon? Were they carrying anything other than I think you said torches, right?
I don't think so. I mean, they had daggers, following the streams, usual cultish shit. I didn't see anything special.
Right. I find it interesting for this dragon to take up residence and cultists to be coming and going, and somehow this druid has been existing here amongst all of this without being known or being seen. Keltris, what do we know of the druid? Is there any possibility that the druid is a leader of the cult, like the head cultist behind the dragon or something?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
possible. I mean, he's been here. It's been, about a decade since anyone's talked to him. He was senile back then. He could have gone over the dragon side, or hell, killed and the dragon took up residence.
Yeah, I suppose if he's old enough, like if he is an archdruid, probably has ways to hide, disguise himself. So it's just, I mean,
It's true.
an
I
interesting.
mean, he could be the dragon himself. I don't know.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we have on our search for the druid, we have cultists to watch out for too. Hopefully, like you said, someone said they were dumb, they were stupid.
Yeah, I mean, they were just kind of like saying random shit to each other. I didn't really get an aura of intelligence from these guys.
Right. I mean, most cultists aren't very intelligent anyway, so.
So, we have a dragon.
All
Killer
right.
plants.
Well, I mean,
ash zombies, and cultists.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what I could do. I can definitely watch out on our way for all of the plants. Just keep watch, make sure none of them are approaching, and make sure we're not stumbling into them on the rest of our travels. So I can at least watch out for those. So if the rest of us want to pick and choose what to focus on, maybe that will help us get through this a lot easier.
I have a question, DM. How well known is the Cult of the Dragon group?
Just in general?
Just like the whole organization, because I don't know if you know about the Cult of the Dragon organization in Faerun.
They're a little notorious.
Is that a real thing?
Yep.
It is a real thing.
The Tyranny of Dragons adventure, they have a big prevalence. They are
a
driving story.
I'm a pretty nerd about Faerun. I love Faerun.
I love that.
This guy's a freak. I know little. I'm not gonna say I'm the most proficient with that information, but I would say, as far as as far as cults that have any sort of notoriety, I think it's common. I think it's common knowledge that they exist and they are, out there. But I think as far as the players, I don't think you guys are specifically well tuned or well acknowledged on them. I think it's probably more of a common knowledge. But if you as a player know a lot about them, your character knows. I mean, I'm gonna give it to you. If you can recall actual lore that's in the game, feel free to inform everyone here, because I'm not gonna. I don't know much, honestly.
I can roll a history check.
No, you can just spout it out.
Oh man.
Oh man.
We don't know everything.
That's the rest of the session.
Keltrus, the historian over here.
All right. Well.
We can see on your face that you're itching to say something, and Baz is just like, Keltrus, do you have something to share?
Well, you guys know I don't know a lot. But you guys know about the Cult of the Dragon, that organization.
Heard of it.
And do you know their end goal? Correct?
No.
To basically get dragons to rule the world.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I Josh, don't know if it's in the game, but I read, novels. I'm a novel reader.
Sure.
Freaking nerd.
They have a leader of this organization who created this centuries ago, an undead lich. And I don't know what year this stuff takes place, but either he was defeated or he wasn't in this year. I don't know.
I'll Google it while you tell her.
But he's just an undead lich trying to make undead dragons lich dragons to live forever,
Oh shit.
and there's what's it called? The Red King, I believe it was. A star in the sky comes around every few centuries. That makes the dragons go into a rage and they become mindless monsters and attack everybody, and they're not thinking creatures. All this fun stuff.
So when is the last time that happened?
That.
That
Very
is a
good
story
question.
for another day.
Yeah. I think Baz would say, okay, so I mean, if I'm, connecting the dots, these cultists probably belong to that. And judging by Barnabas's explanation of their intelligence, they probably give the lesser cultists to the younger dragons, and either those cultists probably grow with the dragon and become more adept at their tasks, or the dragon eats them, and as the dragon gets older, they just send smarter, more adept cultists. But I mean, that makes me feel a little bit more confident if we run into it, but I mean, it's still a fucking dragon.
This is
Yeah.
this is post Tyranny of the Dragon, so this will be
Okay.
after that happened.
Oh, okay.
So it would be after all that fun stuff that you said.
All that stuff happened in the past.
Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Not that long.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's happened in the past.
Oh.
Compared to the stuff that they had out.
So does that mean, like, it was recently that all these dragons went haywire?
Yes.
Oh, so we would all probably know about that.
Oh yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably heard a story or two. Dragons rampaging.
Yeah, so Baz would just be like, I mean, fortunately, we were well protected in the high forest during that, but I feel sorry for anyone who got caught in that crossfire.
You know what we'll say? We'll establish that Mount Hope now was where they attempted to make Tiamat emerge.
Ooh.
And that's why the explosion desecrated the ruins of Thunder Tree. Boom! There we go. It's connected.
Perfect.
There we go.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, still a dragon. Young dragon and dumb acolytes, but I mean, maybe dumb. I don't know. We're really just going on what a spider saw and relayed.
Rosie's very smart, man.
Right. I'm not doubting Rosie's intelligence, but
I was like looking down at Rosie and I was like, aren't you the best little spider?
You see, she like strains all her 8 monocles that she has on her eyes.
yeah,
She strains all of them. She pushes them up somehow.
a cane in each leg.
Yes.
Little top hat.
She strokes her web beard that she's growing.
But I mean, we're here, right? And we need to gather information and be careful. How far are we actually, hour-wise? Do we know? Can we see anything from where we are?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
The area you guys are at. Even though the map shows that Neverwinter Woods is a little further away, you guys are in a very foliage covered area. The trees are rising well above 30 to 40 feet in the air.
Oh,
They
okay.
are covered in trees. They are. It is dense foliage. You guys are out in the sticks camping, especially near the stream too. You probably see an occasional animal or two go by. But as far as any kind of sights from this distance, you can't see anything yet. But you would probably estimate you're maybe 4 hours away, 3 to 4 hours away.
Okay.
Anybody want to go sightseeing real quick?
5 miles at most.
Sightseeing to where?
That's a yes or no question.
I'm good for it, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's go.
Barnabas said it first. Sorry.
Oh, just two
So,
of you.
only one?
Yeah.
And I'll just
I
say,
don't wanna
do,
waste multiple.
I'll just say, do you mind if Maggie comes with you, and I can just watch through her, unless it's something secretive.
Nope. Don't think it is.
All right. Yeah, I'll send Maggie, and I'll enter my state of,
Eyeball seeing.
yes. How far does that reach? Actually, is that like?
I don't know.
Let me see. Oh, it's 100 feet for spells.
I think it's.
It's just 100
1,000 or
feet. So
something.
yeah,
Oh,
if you're going further than 100 feet, I wouldn't send Maggie.
yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a.
All right.
Turn.
All right, have fun, Barnabas. I touch Barnabas on the back and cast fly.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were both going together to do something. That's
So did I.
Why?
All right, you better maintain concentration this whole time.
I am.
What's the range on fly? Is it just concentration?
It's just concentration.
Shoot him out of the sky.
It doesn't say a range.
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yep.
Before you
got
cast
10
it,
minutes.
What?
Here's what you could. You're not gonna make it within 10 minutes. I'm gonna let you know that right now. But what Barnabas could do is you could probably fly up straight as high as you want and see like an aerial view and probably see further off in the distance to where maybe some runes or something would be over yonder.
Well, I think
hopefully the goal.
I think if that's what Rivian was doing, Baz would be like, "Oh, Maggie, just go up with Barnabas so you can help see." Because Maggie has wings now, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what if you guys want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Sounds fun.
So
Bye.
what does it look like when are you Superman posing or are you just like
I mean, my original thought was the second, but Superman pose sounds pretty funny, so maybe I'll just do that.
all right. So y'all watch as Barnabas flies up and away. Boop. It kind of gets really high where he's like looks like a little ant up there. And, you don't need to make a perception check from this distance, but what you see off in the distance over yonder is very much a city that lay in ruin. There are some buildings that are still intact. The foliage there looks more dense. It looks like you see some. Not maybe the Baz pointed out on the trip the poisonous bushes. There are plenty of poisonous foliage in that general direction. What you notice is that atop of a singular tower, on top of it is a green dragon.
Ooh.
It is kind of clinging to the side. You see, it's like walking on top of it, kind of like spiraling down. It climbs down, climbs back up. It's very much. This seems to be like its nesting place. You kind of get that kind of correspondence from what's happening. From your vantage point, you get to watch a really sad scene. As you watch this dragon is clambered to the side of the tower, and you just watch as it releases this large cloud of like green gas outward. And you watch the area kind of just like fill up with this green dense gas. What you see kind of dashing through the gas from this distance is what appear to be a family of deer. Mama deer, a daddy deer, and a baby deer. You watch as the small baby deer is too slow to get away from the gas. And you watch as it chokes on the gas, go limp, and you quickly watch as the gas begins to melt the creature from the inside. So not only is it like poisonous in that sense, but this poison also has some residual, maybe acidic side notes to it. But you watch as this baby deer quite rapidly dies. For visual, you guys can see this is kind of what it looks like. Some very nice artwork provided to you by the book. As this drink, it's large. It's maybe roughly 10 feet from snout to tail, but it's not wide. Like it is long and lanky, but it is not like bulking and like menacing as menacing as a fully grown dragon would be. But you watch as that happens, and then you watch the dragon kind of jump down, and you kind of just see it disappear into the foliage beneath, presumably eating what it did kill. Maybe not with what it wanted, as you hear probably a roar of either anger or upset or some sort of emotional animalistic roar to the results of its breath. So that's what you see from up, and away. You don't see anything else.
It will come back down. So as I approach, be like, Rivian, you can cast that spell on yourself next time. You know you can do that, right?
I wanted to test it because I didn't know if it'd work. If I'm being honest, no offense.
All right, well it works. This was pretty good.
Thank you.
So anyway, what I could see was, I saw the ruined city. There were some buildings still intact. There was some poisonous foliage, but most importantly, on top of the tower, I got to see a dragon. Oh, it was so cool. Anyway, yeah. So the green dragon is like nesting on top of that tower, and he just like he released his poisonous cloud. I got to see some baby deer like disintegrate. It was great.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Horrible.
Finger guns, yeah.
That's just pretty sick, man. I've seen so many like images of dragons in books. I never actually see green dragon. I feel alive.
Huh. That poor deer doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, so well now we know how the poison works. He like the deer like choked on it, and then he like went limp and died, and then his body also melted. So really interesting magical properties, actually.
And we're
Going towards.
hopefully not going to, but potentially fight this dragon. How do we avoid that?
Be very dexterous.
Yeah, so Baz was gonna say just by avoiding it the best we can, if that's what happens. I mean, we probably can't run from it, right?
I will let you guys know. It's actually not dexterity anymore. They changed it.
Oh, interesting.
Really
It's a little secret surprise for y'all.
exciting.
Ooh.
I don't like
It's just
that.
it's not dexterity.
Yeah.
It's a different skill.
My dex is good.
Yeah.
Did I see any sign of the cultists when I was up top? Nope.
Let's hope it.
Just from that vantage point, let's hope it's charisma. You're gonna. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Sweet talk the poison.
No.
Oh.
No poison for me.
From that vantage point, that viewpoint, you didn't see anything besides just that scene.
Mhm.
Because you are still a distance away, so you.
So Maggie went up too. I know you said this is all you see. Would there have been any sign of? I guess not. No, I was gonna say, would there be any sign of like where the druid could possibly be? But you said it's just a ruined city, right? So I assume there's like partial dilapidated buildings and. Yeah.
Actually, Barnabas would like you can try to recreate the map for them, like the layout.
Whoa. Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
If you roll high enough, I'll show you what the battle map looks like.
I mean-
Sure. What do I roll?
You can help, I guess, if you want.
That's what I was
Maggie
gonna
can
say.
help.
If Maggie was up
Yeah,
there,
Maggie
would
can
there
help.
be?
Maggie can
Yeah.
help.
So yeah, Maggie will help by whispering in Baz's ear, and he'll also say, or Maggie will also say, Barnabas really needs to work on like his flight pose. That was very sorry. It wasn't very good.
I'm sorry, it's been a little while. I can't find volume F. I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Oh, performance.
Performance, okay.
Or history. Performance or history, because you can just kind of recall in order.
I will take history. I have much better history. And I'm rolling with advantage because I'm being helped.
Yep.
21.
I kind of already showed it on accident, but that's what it looks like. Boom. Look at that. So
Ooh.
there are. This is that tower where you saw that atop that dragon. There appear to be these buildings over here on the map. These are all in a state of ruin. This building up here is still intact, as is this one. This building over here is intact, as is the bottom right one, and the centerpiece one. So if you want, I can just draw a line. So these are intact. Obviously, the tower is still intact. This guy's intact. That guy's intact. That guy's intact. So those buildings that are still intact, you would feel that will probably be one of the locations that the druid may reside.
Yeah.
You got 5 choices or 6 choices. You know that one of them probably not so much. So of the 5, you do have some directional will.
Would Baz know anything about like a higher druid, an archdruid's ability to disguise its own like scent, or like, I mean, a dragon's pretty formidable. Even a young dragon would probably, after a while, smell or notice a druid is in its presence. So would Baz know any way that it would be able to hide for a length of time?
Yeah, a archdruid. I mean, every druid has its own skill set. Any druid that gets to the point where they can call themselves an archdruid, or at least be high enough to be almost be an archdruid, they're gonna have magic that is able to keep them hidden.
Okay.
Whether it be through magical means or just turning into an animal and being a natural, just being an animal, they honestly could just turn into a spider and just chill in a corner for the rest of their life if they wanted
That's
to.
true, yeah.
But they do have means to, go unnoticed.
Okay. Yeah, so Baz will just say, I mean, it could really be any of those buildings, but if it were me, and obviously I'm not an archdruid, you want to stay as far away as possible while still, being able to keep an eye on it. So, I mean, my best guess would probably be the bottom right, but I mean, there's no telling. I mean, maybe he's a very adept druid and he just stays very close to see everything and hear everything. But I mean, obviously, I would assume the plan is to try to sneak in there and search every building, but that's, I mean, I don't want to say it, but it's a fool's errand, right? Basically, the hope is we get the first one is the correct one, and we can get in and out, but...
Yeah. I just want to find the druid.
Right.
Fighting a dragon, as cool as it sounds, my priority is carp.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Oh. Well, I have this really cool cloak. I saw Rivian grab one and Baz grab one. We could literally just be cult members if Barnabas can kind of show us or recall what it looks like.
We absolutely could.
Yeah, no problem.
I
I
wonder
can disguise myself.
if
Nifty little spell.
before we went in there, if it makes sense to send Maggie and sorry, Bonnie, what was the spider's name again?
Rosie.
Rosie, yes. If we send Maggie and Rosie in first, because they're just, I don't, for lack of a better word, they're expendable.
How dare
Right.
you?
I know,
It's
I'm
true,
sorry.
yeah.
And if anything happens to them, then we can...
Just bring them back.
Right, in the morning, but we can change into the looks of the robe figures and hopefully convince... Who is it? Myself, you, Vara, and Rivian?
Yeah.
Keltris also has disguise self. I know.
Oh.
Yep, I do.
And then
Yeah, I have it.
Barnabas does too, because of
Mhm.
that cave.
Be a little
Yeah,
throat
we should
guy.
all be good. We practiced it recently and everything.
I highly suggest that we let Rivian do the talking, if any talking is necessary. But I like this as a second.
Just remember all the knowledge I spilt to you about this cult.
Oh, maybe you can have him helping you out.
Mhm.
I have someone to
If-
talk with me? Wow.
If this is indeed part of that organization.
I
Right.
will keep my mouth shut unless we need to punch things.
No offense, but it's probably for the best.
That's kind of
Hmm.
cool.
I'll
I said no
punch
offense.
you.
I said no
Mm.
offense. I said no offense.
Mm.
Please don't.
That's kind of a little offensive, to be honest.
We all know she's not good with words.
I'm good in my fist, though.
Exactly.
Right.
So please don't hit me for saying that.
So I
I'll
think
about
if
it.
Rosie and Maggie first, if we do have to go in, we have to go in with a reason. And I know that like if we get caught, obviously we're probably going to tell it. We were sent here by so and so. We're extra. I guess we can bring gifts. Even do we have anything on us? I don't know. That would help. But I mean, we just say like just extra protection, extra whatever. But we still have to search the buildings and try to find the druid. So we don't exactly know the freedom that these cult members are given throughout these ruins. So
When I saw the dragon do a poison cloud, did it cover all of the ruins?
No.
Okay.
It only extended about 30 feet down from its mouth.
I'll mark that as well as the blast zone.
Yeah, so on the map, it looks something around like
okay.
that big
Mm-hmm.
from the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Wee. I was looking at the adult dragons. Like their range is extended crazy. like a ancient one. Its cone breadth is 90 feet. So
Damn.
it's pretty far.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, so I figure, I mean, we could send Rosie and Maggie in, we'll get close enough and then send them in from the south and at least check those 3 buildings. Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. Those 3 buildings in the south if we can, unnoticed, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Stay away from the tower as much as possible.
But it's very possible, we have to keep in mind, Maggie, I don't think Maggie saw anything, but it's possible the dragon saw us up in the air because, anomaly flying through above the tree line, even if it was focused on the deer. So we may not have an element of surprise there, but...
Well, let's just start the plan and
Let's
go
go.
from there.
Yeah.
I guess
Alright.
I'm gonna use my cloak of many fashion
Yes.
to
Yeah.
change it into what Barnabas
Same.
described.
Yeah, ahead of
I'll
time.
disguise self so you guys can all see it.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Same.
Yep.
So you guys have everything you need, besides the really cool epic torches, daggers, and really awesome masks.
Correct. I forgot about
Mhm.
that part.
I have the mask, and I made my sword look like the torch.
Perfect.
Can't the cloak
With
of
the
many
disguise self.
fashions add
I have
stuff
no idea.
like that? We can't.
no
I
idea.
don't think we can't
It
have like a
says,
visible dagger,
Change the
but
style, color, and apparent quality of the garment. The cloak's weight doesn't change regardless of its appearance. The cloak can't be anything but a cloak.
Yeah, just a
Oh.
cloak.
All right.
okay.
So I will say,
Oh,
since
sorry.
far you have a cloak of protection and a cloak of many fashions, you have to pick which one you want for this endeavor. Do you want the AC bonus or do you want the disguise?
Oh, because it's gonna take. I can't.
You can only
stack
wear
'em
one
on
cloak.
top.
You cannot stack.
It'd be really
cloaks.
sweaty.
I don't
I'll s-
care. I'll be sweaty.
You
How
cannot
stealthy are you?
stack 'em. You cannot stack them.
I'm actually pretty stealthy.
I mean, if you want
Have
that
something
AC
might help with
bonus,
that too.
Well, and keep in mind, I did not say this yet, but I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us. So
Then I'm not gonna wear my cloak. Sorry, guys.
Cloak of
I
protection
mean-
or
No, I'm
many
keeping that
fashions?
on. That takes an hour to attune to.
it sure does.
Sorry. If push comes to shove, I'm your prisoner.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If that's what it comes down to, then yeah. It might actually,
Or,
it might work out since some of us don't have the masks and torches to say,
I have a mask I can put on, but it's not that mask.
right. We'll just say that there was a
Just
tussle.
throw it.
There was a tussle and our ship was damaged, but we have a prisoner.
Yep.
Something to that effect. But yeah, we
'Cause
will.
Your girl needs that AC bonus.
I mean,
I get hit too often.
I missed the mask. I mean, I have something that can help with your, getting hit if you want to wear the cloak.
What?
It'll probably bring your AC more than you already are, so
Oh,
by 1.
hey. If you're willing,
Let me know.
that's up to
Pretty
you,
sure technically
man.
I could do it to all of us. I have enough charges.
Oh. I mean, up to you. I will gladly take it.
It's group's call.
What is it?
Do we want to? It's bark skin.
Oh.
It comes with my whatever the guitar I got. That's the best way to put it.
Oh.
It comes with my guitar.
So you cast that
Oh.
on all of us, and then what happens?
I can cast it on all of us. That would use a charge each time I cast it, though. You would get an AC of 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
I'd say you could hold off for now,
Yeah,
for
we'll
me at
probably hold
least.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can wait till we're there and I can cast it.
Yeah, I would say we move south, and when we're within, that 100-foot threshold, Bonnie, you and I send Maggie and your spider. My brain's not working. Rosie, sorry.
So,
Probably to separate buildings, right? They don't need to search the same building.
Yeah.
Try to kill 2 birds there. And if that plan goes to shit, then we go with the disguise.
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right.
So
Let's go.
I would say probably around the 300-foot, I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. So you guys make your way over. You cast Pass Without a Trace. You
Make
all
my
have
way.
that. I assume you guys are stealthing. As soon as that's cast, you guys probably stealth as the runes start to emerge from the foliage. So go ahead and roll some stealth checks for me.
So that's plus 10.
To the final. Yep.
32 for your boy.
Whoa.
You did 33. No.
No.
Dirty 20.
Same.
Also,
34.
I rolled low.
I rolled low as well.
Yeah. What did y'all roll low? What was the lowest roll?
Dirty 20. We all
Dirty
rolled
20 was the lowest roll?
So 3 dirty 20s, a 32, and a 34.
You guys,
It was so low.
you guys,
It was so
Had-
low.
had you guys not had the Pass Without a Trace, this plan would have gone to shit instantly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Sweet.
think my total was 10.
Yeah, my total was 10.
I'll let you know that this dragon's passive perception is 17. So
Nice.
Oh.
Gross. We don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So as you guys sneak up, unnoticed, of course, gradually the trail becomes an old, overgrown lane that winds between dilapidated buildings choked with vines and brush. In the middle of the settlement rises a steep hill upon which stands a stone tower with a partially collapsed roof and an adjoining cottage, and you all look up and see that dragon on top of the tower still. It has reascended. It's up there, sunbathing. Who knows? It looks terrifying, menacing. Pretty cool. There is a dirt road that hugs the base of the hill, and it winds its way between the old stone houses, many of which are roofless ruins, but other buildings appear intact. The whole place is eerily silent. You do see a wooden sign that is nailed to a post nearby, like right on the map where the compass is. That's kind of where you guys are. This phrase that I'm reading is kind of where y'all are directing y'all to. The sign says, And it reads in comments as danger. Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now.
Oh,
Written in common.
lovely.
That's probably from the druid, maybe.
The trees here, they look disgusting. Their vines are overgrown. The weeds have overtaken the trees. It looks like the weeds themselves have formed like an outer layer of grass on some of these trees. But with that, your guys' plan is enacted. What are you? Who's going where? Which little goober's going where?
Well, I think if we're seemingly undetected, I feel like Barney and I would send out our familiars at this point. And so I think as long as it's within 100 feet, Baz would send all the way to that bottom right. Send Maggie.
Bottom right.
Yeah,
these...
he'd probably like hide in like a shrub or something and do his meditation so he can actually see through.
Yeah, my map is messing up right now. I gotta reload my map. But yeah, you. I'm putting you guys on the map in a relative location. You guys can feel free to.
Okay.
This is just in the future. You guys are all kind of off screen right now. So you send Maggie to the bottom right location.
Yeah.
Yep. As Maggie gets to this bottom right location, it is still intact. The stone windows that are boarded up, and the windows themselves are 2 feet wide. There is a 6-inch gap, kind of like an arrow slit, built into these windows, in between the boards. So there's a 6-inch gap in the windows. The doors themselves are wooden. There are no seams to squeeze in and out of. There are no holes besides those 6-inch gaps in the windows at this building. She kind of perimeters the building. She hears there's talking coming from inside. Some like muffled like.
So more than one voice though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like there are several different voices inside that.
Okay. So yeah, I will call her back and relay that information. And just say, unless he has friends with him, I don't think he's in that building, and that might be where some of our cultists are holding up. So yeah.
Cool. Rosie, see anything?
I'm sorry, the buildings aren't circled anymore, and I don't remember which ones were the ones that were intact.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think this one right in front of us
Feel
is.
free to draw. So it's that one. The
Okay.
middle one, and the last one.
Okay, I'll go to the one that Maggie didn't go to.
The one on the left or the one in the middle?
The one on the left. Okay, yes. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, the one on the right. Is that she went to? Yes, I'll go to the one to the left, right in front of where I took. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pumbaa's huge.
Huh? Pumbaa is
Right.
huge. He's a giant.
He's a big boy.
He's a large giant boar. Yep.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Some would say he's even the same size as this dragon. It's pretty fucking terrifying.
Oh, what the fuck?
Token wise, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a big boy. Yeah. So Rosie goes up to this house. It's very much the same as the one that I described for Craig's familiar. The doors have no little ledges for anything to slip under, but the windows do have like a 6-inch gap in them. And it very much looks like for all of y'all's purposes and knowledge, it looks like an arrow slit in the window.
Interesting. Well then, I mean, if you come back with that information, I'll send Maggie to that one in the middle, on the bottom.
Yeah, the middle one's the same thing. Oh, before we go to the middle one, does Rosie would go into the building, right?
Oh,
She would crawl through so
the arrow slit.
Yeah, so as she climbs into this small house, inside the house is a singular person. There's an individual. They are stoking a small little fire. They have a fox wrapped around their head, like a little live fox, and there's a little sparrow that kind of clings to their foot. As there is what appears to be an old womanly druid.
Oh shit!
The building Rosie is in. And she is cooking something. She's like, "Hold that! What? What was that?" She looks at Rosie and she says, "I I know spiders. I don't know you.
I
That's
love
where we're gonna
that.
session.
That's great. I love that.
I love that.
Heck yeah.
No.
But yeah, you guys will be doing the Runes of Thunder Tree next session. Folks.
Fun.
Ooh.
So yeah, you guys learned that the druid is in that building.
Cool.
Circle it. Boom. And then the cultists may be in that other building. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to our little game. We'll see you all next Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Farewell.